Hi, I'm Thomas Miller. Here's where I highlight stories you might not know much about depending on the kind of media you're consuming. And I'm going to be highlighting the dangers of not doing anything about climate change. Let's talk about that. Okay everyone, let's get right down to it. Here's what you can hear about mainstream media about climate change as a whole and how dangerous it is to not do anything. That's right, you're going to hear absolutely nothing on a whole. As a whole, mainstream media isn't going to cover a darn thing. Now here is what you can hear from Fox News, some talking points about climate change. Like from Tucker Carlson. It's not real. Climate change isn't real, people. Yeah, the earth is warming a little bit, but it's not man-made. It's not real. It's not something urgent. Oh, some houses might go underwater, but are those levels really rising? That's some of the stuff you're going to hear from Fox News and their talking points. Now let's go to CNN and ABC and all the other mainstream media. Now you might hear stuff like this. Oh, it's real. Climate change is definitely real, but it's not as bad as you think it is. It's not that big of a deal. We really don't need to do anything because it's going to fix itself in no time. Everything's going to be okay. That's the kind of stuff you get here on CNN and ABC and MSNBC. So let's do a quick recap. What are you going to hear of Fox News? Oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not that real. It's China. It's China's fault. That's another talking point you're going to hear constantly when it comes to climate change. They're going to blame China. And then on other mainstream media, it's going to be, oh, it's happening, but there's nothing really we can do about it. It's not that big of a deal. I guess it's dangerous. Oh, oh yeah, you're going to go on and protest. Is that really going to help people out? Is it really are you going to get people on your side? Are you going to, by disrupting the lives of these businesses, are you really going to get people on your side? This is the kind of stuff you're going to hear from mainstream media. So one more time, very quickly, it's not real. Oh, are you really going to get your point across by talking about it, by protesting? Are you really going to get people on your side? Those are the kind of stuff you're going to hear from mainstream media on this. So now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Normally I do 2 clips, but I'm going to do 3 clips. One from TRT, one from Status Coup, and one from the Humanist Report on this topic. So, enjoy these 3 clips, and I'll be right back.
It's that the global temperatures are...
And if you continue this conversation,
the world is burning in front of us.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those 3 clips about this topic. To watch these videos in their entirety, click on the links down below, and I highly suggest you watch them all and watch more on this topic. And now let's get to what you get here on non-mainstream media, on progressive media. Climate change is real. That's what you're going to hear over and over again. Climate change is real. If we don't do nothing now, then we're screwed. It's game over. There's nothing we can do, people. You're also going to hear, we're at the point of no return already. So we have to mitigate and make the damage less than it would be. And yes, it will be a greater inconvenience if cities are underwater. People have to go further inland, which makes crowding and what land there is limited, where people will be living on top of each other. People will be crowded. You'll have all these people migrating to drier land. And there'll be less and less water sources, people. There won't be fresh food, won't be good soil for growing. It's already happening, people, but it'll be 10 times worse, people. It'll be 10 times worse if we don't do anything now. They're not telling you this on mainstream media, people. They're telling you this stuff on mainstream media. Why? Because of money, people. Greed. That's the only thing, man. That's the only thing, is greed, people. They care about money more than they care about the world itself. Joe Manchin has already proven this to be true. when he nixed Build Back Better, which had not the greatest things when it came to climate change, but some pretty good things. And it was the same for Kyrsten Sinema. She also said nope, because she'd rather take money from her owner donors, from the fossil fuel companies. That's another thing you're going to also hear on progressive news, progressive media is, yeah, that money they're taking is going to kill us all, people. They care more about money than they care about this planet. And they've already proven it. So wake up, people. They've already proven it. Our jobs are already on the line. They think they could scare us into like, oh, not protesting, not standing up and taking action. Well, we need to take action, people. Otherwise, there will be no future. There will be no future. So here's what we need to do, people. Screw this narrative like, oh, nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do, man. Oh, there's plenty we can do, people. There is plenty we can do. We can stand up and say, hey, you are no longer in charge. You have no power. We have the power, people. We have the power, so we have to stand up and take this country back. Take this planet back. Forget about like, oh, woe is me. I'll lose my job. Guess what? Your job is already on the line because they don't give a shit about you. Those corporations, they don't give a shit. So, and guess what? Money's going to be worthless by the end of this year if we don't change now. I am not making this up. Money will literally be worthless. I mean, it already is worthless. It's just a piece of paper or a coin or a number in a bank account that we as human beings put a value on. There's no all high mighty God or being, high mighty being that told us, oh yeah, this is $1 and this is worth $500, a laptop, or $1,000 for an iPad or for an iPhone. No, we put value on that. We did that as a human race, people, and we're letting greed take over. You're not going to hear that on mainstream media about this. And yes, people, we need to take action now when it comes to climate change. You're going to hear that all the time, man. So it's time for us to say, okay, guess what? We're going to lose jobs anyways. We're doomed if we do and doomed if we don't. So I'd rather be jobless and save the planet than be working my rest of my life for a company that doesn't give a shit about me. I don't know about you people, but we have the power. Not them, we have the power. So, in review, this is what you're going to hear on progressive news, progressive media, when it comes to climate change and how dire it is to take action now and not later. Climate change is real. It's man-made. All they care about is money. The greedy corporations, all they care about is money. They don't care about us and the planet. Your job is already on the line, people. So we might as well take a stance now. We might as well organize now and stick it to them. Say, no more. You don't get to be in charge anymore. And besides, who died and made them the arbiters of what we can and cannot do with our lives? I thought the idea of America was to get away from dictators and tyrants and taxation without representation. Wow. We've kind of gone backwards, people. Back to I mean, there was the point of fighting the war, man. The Revolutionary War. What was the point, man, if it wasn't to get away from stuff like this? And now we're back here, people. So we have to stand up and tell Joe Manchin that he is part of the problem. And if he can't become part of the solution, then he needs to get himself out of Dodge, out of town. I don't care about his money. I don't care about his other donors. They are going to be the death of us all if we do not stand up now, people. Well, that's all I got to say on this topic. It's really urgent. Watch all the clips. Stand up, organize, and let's do this. I'm Thomas Miller, and this has been another edition of Highlighting Stories you might not know much about, depending on the kind of media you're consuming. Peace out.